Hey, my boys. Alright. I'm having a problem with the technology. Okay. This is my Instagram. And I'm unable to get all sevens. Like, okay. So I was using technology to communicate. So I was using these numbers to help me kind of find out where I'm going at. Or I just mess with it. I'll just do a game. So I was doing it on my other one. Anyways, that's how I know when people were fucking with me. I was doing something with the technology, and whatever I was doing, it was fucking up the system. So I'm unable to get certain angel numbers that I'm trying to get to. Someone keeps always trying to fuck with it. They do the same thing with I had taken pictures of it twice. I ain't gonna. So these numbers right here that I just post, and sometimes I'll edit later, but they are the video numbers. I have it right here. So I'm downloading some videos now, but one of them had certain numbers that I don't touch. I don't touch them. These numbers. There's no reason for me to touch them. But they do, some of them do pop up with angel numbers on them. Like full out talking to me. So that means I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go look back at that video again and see what it has. Oh, no, okay, it was anyway, it was 818, yeah. Okay, so this one has it right here. I didn't even delete it. I didn't delete it like I thought I did. But this number, it has it there, 818. So what it did is, usually it saves it on the computer when you download it on YouTube. It will save it as the 818, and sometimes it will add that little minute extra to it. Sometimes it won't, sometimes it will. Well, this number, it was 818, and I kept talking about 818. So when that number, and I'll just happen to just either click it or the random numbers, and the 818 kept popping up everywhere I go, and that's my dad's birthday. So when I got the video 818, I was like happy, and I didn't realize it would have been on YouTube. And so then when I go back, it said 818, and so I'm like, oh, it's my dad's video. So then, like maybe 2 days later, the 818 changed to 819. So I'm like, oh, they're doing it to that one, and then they're doing it to videos. So I'm like, okay, how deep does it really go, you know? So they're even messing with subscribers. I know they've been messing with subscribers, and I even told some people on when I used to work, because they were like, my YouTube page is only has this much, but last week it was like 100. I only have two people. I'm like, no, you have people, you just don't see it. They're doing like to see what you would do, you know, a reaction. It says it keeps fluctuating on 76 subscribers and 77. And when people screenshot my thing, it says I think I have like 75. It won't say to 74. It would be either 73 or 75. So I'm like, someone's really religious here is fucking up this technology. They're trying to like block it. I hacked this already. I already hacked. Yeah, like I got my answer when I talked to that one guy, Johnny. I met him at court. And he was a con man. And since I was fishing and since I was doing this shit, and I'm a medium psychic and I got nothing to lose and I only want my kids back, I got my answer from him. More ways than one. He worked for aerospace. This is even if he was a fake or a fraud or whatever it is. I got whatever I had to get off of that person. He showed me like a test that he had to do or something like that. Or some of the things that he had to deal with, like numbers and stuff. And I'm like, all right. So he showed me some of the things, and one of it was a wash machine. And I'm trying to show him how I can talk to the dead, how I work. So I go, okay, well, you work in the air, you work with the machines. So give me an example of one of your tests that you had to do. So he showed me one of the tests he had to do, and it was a wash machine. And like to fix a wash machine, or like the motor in it, or the process, or how big it was, or what goes into the wash machine, whatever it was, it had 144 on it. And like, so I knew when I saw those numbers on it, because it's those tests are different than like a normal test. I need to see numbers, I need to see where I'm going with this. And when I saw the test on the wash machine, there was other numbers on it that was reflecting to what I was doing. Then he was just like, I guess it's because when people of age have a lot of guilt and it's time for them to die, they do end up spilling a lot out, or trying to make amends with, because they're scared of death. And some of these cholos, or some of these gangsters, my dad's like, they're all cowards. So you got nothing to hide or run away from, because they're cowards. You never run away from cowards. So but they need help. And my dad's like, I never wanted to be a coward, but I showed him. I did. And he's like, I don't want to. So for me, for my dad to come back, it showed me that I wouldn't want to die like that either. I wouldn't want to die like a coward either. I want to die helping out people the best that I can. And I need to get my kids back from these pedophiles. These teachers know exactly what they're doing. I sounded the alarm a long time ago, and they refused to help me. They refused to help me. The people who worked in the city, the people who worked very closely with the children, they refused to help me. Because that means that they would have gotten in trouble for all those other times that they let it slide. You cannot let it slide with me. they do want me to talk about this one girl, and I'm tired of bringing her up. I'm really tired of bringing her up. It bothers me so much. I can't, like... And then she got a friend on me. And she gives them the Britney Spears vibe, and she's a very, very jealous person, and she's not a good friend. Like, she's not like a very good friend at all. And she poses like she is. She's definitely using this guy, and I'm not sure she like it. Oh my god, Matt Aguilera is doing that. Okay, so Michaela, Blake, Jake. Okay, wait. Michaela, Blake, Jakey, and Drake, and then Derek. Oh, Derek. Derek looked like Cassandra, like a mini Cassandra. So cool. Like you see a little boy version of their mom. So cute. So anyways, Todd Spitzer.
I'm Todd Spitzer, the District Attorney of Orange County. My job and the job of my prosecutors, investigators, and staff is to keep you and your loved ones safe. Sacramento has not made our jobs easy. When the risk is far less than the reward, it is no surprise that criminals are committing smash and grabs, residential burglaries, and simply walking out the front door of our stores with their arms full of stolen merchandise, while you're standing in line waiting to pay for your items. I'm telling you,
see how he's missing the point? He's sweeping everything else under the rug.
Sacramento may be rolling out the red carpet for thieves, but here in Orange County, we're throwing the book at criminals who come here to steal.
What about the politicians? What about him?
Multi-county advertising campaign on billboards coming in.
He's a part of the Vietnamese gang. He's getting paid by the Vietnamese.
Through text messages set on cell phones throughout Southern California, and even on bumper stickers to send a strong message to thieves. Crime doesn't pay in Orange County. If you steal, we will prosecute. It's that simple.
First of all, and then someone goes, thank you. The white people, like, there's a reason why people are stealing. It's been Walmart, Target, people are doing it. Like, you're making people do it. You're making people do it. This country's making people do it. They found a new other way to do it. So it sucks when people, like, yeah, they do keep stealing, but you're not only, think about when you're stealing, you're not only stealing from a company that doesn't even care for their own employees, but you're stealing from the person who actually did blood, sweat, and tears off of that product. Some slave did your product for you. I don't like Todd Spitzer because I could do his job better. I can do this whole country by myself. Respect. Just clean up after yourself. These kids need a better life. These kids need a better future. And bumper stickers and this, how come he's not calling out the people that the judges? Now I found out last night you cannot sue a judge. You can't even you can't even go outside of the United States to be free, because then no one will actually believe you, you know. Like Hermes is like, it's all fake, you could do anything, like just tell everybody. A child could do what I'm doing. A child can run a country. Just listen and ask questions. A child will be honest with you. Do you know why the sky is blue? No, it's just blue. Maybe because of this, maybe because of that. Figure it out, find out. Why are people stealing in the first place? Like, he only got that headline of people are running out of stores. Like, he got that information from Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom told everybody that stupid story. Is it true? Is that story even true? How come he sees that but he doesn't see anything else? I'm pretty sure all these politicians are cowards and they don't want to actually go out to the poorest areas with their suit and tie and whatnot. So me speaking out, my rights and my freedom is being taken away by Todd Spitzer's team. It is his team. He was supposed to know what's happening in his city. People voted for him. How did he get there? How did he get in that position? Oh, I think they're cousins. Hey Alexa, is Todd Spitzer related to Gavin Newsom?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Hey Alexa, is Gavin Newsom related to Todd Spitzer?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, no, they're not related to each other.
Who was related? No, it was Gavin Newsom and Todd Spitzer is related to somebody. And I don't judge. There's a reason why, these judges need to, that's why everyone's retiring. If you think about it, look at everybody's retiring. Isn't that suspicious? These judges, they don't need to be there. They're not for people. So if I can't, I gotta find out. They're telling me I gotta find out who he's related to. Who is he related to? Hey Alexa, who is Todd Spitzer related to?
Todd Spitzer is a California state senator and married to Jamie Morris. Through his paternal grandmother, he is related to the inventor of the cotton gin, Eli Whitney.
Oh, cotton gin. Oh, okay, then that's probably why. Oh, okay. Yeah, things like to break down around me. It's crazy because my dad, right before he passed away, the washing machine, it gave out, and now we're having problems with the washing machine. Not only one, but two now. Oh my god. And the other one I think is brand new. and the dryer works. But I think at the time when my dad died, I don't think the dryer worked. Maybe it did. I don't remember. But it didn't matter. I just thought it was funny. But it brings me back to my dad, because that's the whole reason why he died outside in the parking lot in the first place. It's because the wash machine was out. The hard part is saying goodbye to your kids twice. Because even though I'm not dead yet. Hey Alexa, what day is it today?
Today is Tuesday, March 12, 2024 in Los Alamitos.
Even though I'm not dead, it's going to happen, and then it's like my babies are never. So like the family members that I had talked to or went to birthday parties with, and with you boys, they never liked me. None of the families never liked me, because I had people who didn't care for me. Lauren Tapia never liked me. Like, he never loved me the way that I loved him. I knew that, but I couldn't watch somebody kill themselves when they had kids. I saw Javier in his casket, dead. Thank you. And I saw Rocio, his ex-wife, there at the funeral. Kissed him on his forehead. And he shows me that every time. I had a good one, and I fucked it up. I fucked her up. Like, he just destroyed that girl's life. He destroyed his kid's life. All because he was somewhere else. All because someone else fucked with him. So for me, I'm trying to also get justice for this Javier Escamilla that got murdered by the LAPD. No, I'm sorry, not the LAPD. My bad. Westminster PD. The Westminster PD murdered him. And I got visions of it. And his dad, Angel Escamilla, is responsible for that outcome. And there's other magic and black magic involved in that shit. And so I'm just simply just telling Isaiah and Noah what I had to deal with. So Javier is helping me heal from the bullshit, because he's like, it was arranged marriage. But this is what I needed to do, and for me to get Javier did some shit, but as a child he didn't get protected. He wasn't protected. He had family members fucking him up, church people. His parents weren't there either. His mother also died of cancer. And since I know there's a good possibility that, they all want to be remembered. So Javier is like, I'm going to be a grandpa. I want to be known as someone who tried, not someone as bad. No one really wants to go down as someone as horrible, as bad. You got noises? Very tiny. So I get that as a child. I get those kids. The little tiny knots, the little tiny, they're kids because they're like, I don't want to be dying bad either. So a kid's going to follow and be in, you know, like a child is going to obey and just be, if they're being abused, if a child is being abused or neglected, then that child is going to have a response to survival mode. So a lot of these hurt people, a lot of these narcissists, they are narcissists, but they don't understand that they're in so much trauma state that they blocked everybody out. And my kids can be that. I don't want my kids to be like that. Because they're blocking out me. My Anthony is. Because he was told to. He was told to block out me. Oh, Evil Eye. Katie, the girl that I just showed you the picture of. Katie. With Matt and Cassandra's wedding. She kept staring at me. And I said this before. But this stare was just like no other stare. And I'm trying to remember Matt's funeral. I'm not sure she was. I don't remember. I truly don't want to remember. I just remember Frank at the funeral. And Lauren was getting like jealous. But let's talk to Matt and Matt and Cassandra's wedding. Anyways, so Katie Krause is sitting across from me, and she's just completely staring at me. I didn't like the feeling. I hated the feeling. I got a really uncomfortable feeling. And now that happened years ago. This wedding happened years ago, and now that stare, I'm getting that stare back at me. That's why I'm getting to her, because she did something, and she's ratting herself out in pictures. Disney, she's ratting her fucking self out with Disney, out of all fucking people. But I'm the one fucking talking to Disney, and Disney's the one that's telling me she's fucking doing this shit. It's unbelievable. It really is. Like, I don't want to go to Disneyland because of these people. Because of these same people. Why do I want this too close? Too close. And my dad's like, yeah, it's crazy because my dad's all Disneyland. He was so obsessed with Disneyland, the architect, the building, how it grew, the art, everything, the space. He was just into it. So when I get these types of people, even with Gloria Escamilla, and the reason why she's using the name Escamilla is to trap. It's entrapment. It's a spell trap. They do want me to bring up the wedding because Gloria, when she married Javier, Susie, Miguel, and Dan, those are the 4 people. Javier got murdered by the Westminster PD because he was having a mental breakdown, a serious mental breakdown from his family. His family was not there. His family was hiding bullshit. He was in a gang. He was in drugs. You name it. He was into a lot of shit. So then when he got murdered, everything went silent. It went black in Westminster. So then the one that's left is Susie, Miguel, and Dan. So Susie is the only girl in the family, and Susie is also being abused like a lot, but she's also she also has a voice. She also will speak out and whatnot. So she can use it. But she ends up jealous. And she'll use the own narcissist. She's like that. So whatever is done to her, she'll turn it back. And then she doesn't even trust people unless it's, yeah. So she has her own hurt. And I notice people will go to her just because she like a carefree spirit kind of type thing. But these witches, the Mexican witches or witches, they don't like it. They'll use witchcraft on her. And that whole family of Acertas, they used it. They used witchcraft on that family. And I'm not sure they're pointing to Angel, his wife, his ex-wife that passed away. Gata, she was pointing fingers at him, at Angel. Then when I had my first son, Anthony, oh yeah, Angel had I think the mole in the back of his neck. So when I had my first son, Anthony, he ends up getting his mole in the back of his neck. He also shares that with Susie, I believe, and Isaiah, or no, one of them has the neck. I think it was Isaiah has a mole in the back of his neck. And to me, that was confirmation of a connection, a soul connection. Then Dan, like, I didn't notice. I'm gonna have to short it out too. And then Dan did what he did to me, and I was like, I was so pissed at his mom. Like, why didn't you stop him? Why didn't you? Why did he go that route? Why? And all I kept thinking was his brother. Like, who did Dan have to look up to? And if he looked up to Lauren Tapia, then Lauren Tapia is not a good role model to look up to. Because I even saw that with John Stacy. The only reason why I think Jonathan Stacy wanted to have kids was because his bigger cousin had kids. Lauren, because he saw all the things that we were doing with Anthony, and he wanted that. He saw like what Lauren was doing. Lauren was like having fun. It changed Lauren. So his cousin is like, I want a kid now, and I'm like, that's cool, but you gotta find a person that's like gonna help you, because it's not easy. And Lauren wasn't really helping me. Like, I was alone with kids, like activities, yeah, but the support, I needed support, and he wasn't there. So then John ends up meeting this girl, Jessica, and Jessica was like he was trying to compare me with Jessica. Jonathan, his cousin, was trying to compare me with Jessica. Like, oh, you'll like her. She grew up with, like, I think, like, a foster or whatever. It was like in and out of care, like what my brother was in. She was in and out of that. She was a troublemaker. Where Jonathan, his cousin, was not a troublemaker. He was just a wannabe. He just wanted someone that was like, I don't know. He just wanted that feeling. So then he got a girl like that, and then the girl ends up like, I don't want to be a young, like, she got pregnant, I think, young, 16. I don't want to be a young mom. She starts freaking out. She wants to be in her own ways. And then here he is, wants to be a dad, and he's like doing all the dad work. And then she ends up leaving for Dick, leaving her kids for Dick, and he ends up being like a single dad, like a single dad and a mom. And like, here he is. Like, that's the first time I saw, and I didn't really like Jonathan Stacy. I saw him like, yeah, I saw him, like getting his shit together slowly. I kind of saw him like a dad almost, kind of like a cousin brother type, but not someone to be like leaning on. I saw him as a bullshitter. I saw him as not someone to trust really, but if you need someone to talk to, yeah. So when I saw him doing that, when I saw his girlfriend Jessica leave for Dick, leave him with the two kids alone. His mom was helping him too, but he stood up. He wasn't going out with any girl, like he wasn't fucking around with any. He was always home with his kids for a while. For the moment that I seen, it was like what, probably 6 months, a good 6 months. Like, it was all his kids. So I'm like, that's awesome. Like, it showed to me. It showed like how he wanted those kids. Then she comes back. Then things change. Then she's like, all of a sudden she's like, trying to be a good mom, trying to be like, something just switched on her where all of a sudden she's like a good housewife. She's trying to be a good housewife. She's reading books. She's going to all these events, like child expo things. What she's doing is she found money. She found money and to use the kids to buy stuff. So she was buying all these kids things, all her kids things. She was overspending. She didn't know how to spend. She was using her trauma on spending. So then she confronted in me. She loosened up around me, and everyone in the family called her a bitch. Said she was mean. And she was, but she had her reasons. And I told that to the family members. Like, yeah, you call her a bitch, but you won't say it to her face. I'll call her a bitch right in front of her face. But she has her reasons because of the way she grew up. And yeah. So I'm sure that it's gonna come out. That whole 4th of July scene, that chaos, even the gang, I don't remember what year it was, 2016, 15, but there was a whole chaos happened, a fight broke out, names were exchanged, and all of a sudden, moms are like, he touched my kid saying he touched, like, I'm like, wait, what? This was a 4th of July setting, and then it was drunk. It was someone that was acting like, or car, someone backed, it was a pushing, shove, falling, sloppy drunkenness. Then moms are getting called names, whatnot, and then kids are around, kids are getting like knocked down. Then a lot more screaming, yelling. Then the cops came, the gang unit. But as this time it was working out towards the street, like what was happening in the apartments, Newland Garden apartments, like in the back, it was all going towards the street. It was all moving towards a different area. Then I guess by the because the cops were on the street, so we're all getting pulled towards that area. But at this time when we're getting pulled down this area, things are getting called out, going, that guy touched my son, or that guy touched my daughter, he's touching my daughter, my daughter's saying this, and they're pointing at Lauren Tapia. And I'm walking and I'm like, Lauren's like, what she's talking about, I don't know what she's talking about. And I recognize the girl, and I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? He didn't touch, and we saw, like, he was nowhere near your daughter. What are you talking about? And I think her name was Cindy. But I'm like, watch, I know you. I'm after you. But not, I'm like, why did you bring it up? Like, I want to get to the bottom of it, because there was another girl when it stuck to me, because there was another girl months prior to that where you can clearly tell she was being molested by somebody in that family that she was with, or somebody in that apartment unit, like, area. She comes to Lauren right away. This is how you know. She comes to Lauren right away and grabs his arm, and just like kind of flirting in a way. And I see that, and Lauren's like, where's your mom and dad? And I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, you need to go over there. She's been touched. And Lauren, told me, it gave him an uncomfortable feeling. And I'm like, yeah, that's not. And I told Lauren what that was about. The way Lauren body language told me was he felt uncomfortable. So to me, that felt like he knows what that is. That's a no-no. You don't do that. Then this all happened around 2015, 2014, that area. Then go back 2020. I'm in an apartment with him in Riverside, and he's watching this mafia movie, and it had some kids in it, and the kids were bouncing up and down. And it kind of, to me, it was symbolizing, I knew what that bouncing was up and down. I'm not fucking ball. I'm not stupid. And it's like, he didn't want to shut it off. He's like, no, it's like, it just bothered me. It really made me sick. Because after what I just told him, after what we were just going through with his sister, and about my kids being molested, like, my fear in that, because it happened to me, like we just did not go over this with your sister and your brother-in-law. We just not get over this pedophilia shit. Like, I don't want to see it on TV. I don't want it to